Sure.
We've got Nadine Hins-Powell. She's in for Kevin Yard today. She's joining us live from Mississauga. And Nadine, for someone who doesn't like the cold, I think this is probably one of the better days to have you outside. Imagine we had you when it was like those Arctic temperatures. Thanks, Nadine. Well, we do have quite a bit of snow on the ground, so if you're thinking of winter activities and you still want to get out and ski and board and do all that fun stuff, we're looking at 30-plus centimeters of snowpack anywhere around the Barrie area and areas further north. Kevin Yard is going to be in Sault Ste. Marie tomorrow morning, so we'll check in with him. But lots of snow on the ground still in many ski areas. Winter comfort tips throughout the day today. We'll talk about your long-range forecast. We'll get you into the weekend in just a moment, but first, here's Tom with traffic. Well, it's going to be mild as we get closer to the weekend, but then it cools down dramatically. And when I show you temperature values for next week, We're looking at 1 for tomorrow, -4 for Saturday. Clipper moving in tonight, by the way, giving us some light snow for tomorrow morning commute. Could be a little slick. We stay relatively seasonal for the beginning of next week, but then look at middle of next week. It's actually going to feel like the minus teens when you factor in the wind chill. We'll get to the prairies in just a moment, but first to Australia. Take a look at this. It's a dust devil, and it's a big one. It's going to get worse before it gets better. A break in extreme heat isn't expected until the weekend. We can call this next story Glad It's Not Us. 90 kilometers per hour gusts along the coast. A calm, quiet snowfall can make us feel calm and quiet as well. Kim McDonald tells us why that happens.
Have you ever noticed how quiet it can be during and after a snowfall? Hello, I'm Kim McDonald. Unlike hard surfaces like wood or concrete, snow is often soft and fluffy. That property allows it to absorb sound waves. That change makes sound curve up and away from the ground and into the atmosphere.
Thanks, Kim. We'll take a look at your long-range forecast in just a few moments, but first I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds. He has an update on your morning commute. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Thursday. It is the 16th of January. Tom, it looks as though spring is going to arrive through parts of the country, and it's not us.
Yeah. Anticlimactic, I'd say.
Yeah, it's going to be in Alberta this weekend. They could be barbecuing in shorts in Calgary.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, one forecast was about 17 or 18 degrees on Saturday, which I don't think is going to be that high, but still, that's crazy.
I don't know, Nadine, how much would you give to be barbecuing in shorts this weekend instead of, being frigid and -teen wind chills? Thanks, Nadine. We do have some snow on the way tonight and into tomorrow morning. Could be slippery for your tomorrow morning's commute. We've got about 2 to 5 centimeters widespread throughout the GTA. Snow on the ground, still lots if you enjoy skiing or snowboarding or snowshoeing up towards cottage country and through Barrie, resort areas. Look great. 30-plus centimeters of snow. Kevin Yard's going to be joining us live from Sault Ste. Marie tomorrow morning, so make sure you tune in for that. He's going to be participating in all sorts of winter activity. We'll talk about your long range. We'll get you into the weekend in just a few moments. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Well, it's not going to be too bad getting us into the weekend. We are going to see temperatures above the freezing mark for tomorrow. We can thank kind of the warm sector of that clipper as it treks through southern Ontario. -4 for Saturday, feeling like -11. By the middle of next week, temperatures are really going to take a nosedive. We're looking at -9 for next Wednesday. Some sunshine in the forecast, but feeling much cooler like the -teens with the winds. We'll get to the prairies in just a moment, but first to Australia. Take a look at this. It's a dust devil, and it's a big one. This one stirred up near Bendigo. We can call this next story Glad It's Not Us. 90 kilometers per hour gusts along with snow pummeled southern Manitoba yesterday and through the night. We're going to check in with Nadine Hins-Powell. She's in for Kevin Yard today in Mississauga. And Nadine, it looks as though you are bundled up for our temperatures this morning. It looks as though the winter mission is over. Lots of really great events happening this weekend. If you have an event that you're going to, or if you're hosting an event, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a tweet at EmilyTWN. We'll kick things off at the Toronto International Boat Show. Kevin Yard was there yesterday, had an amazing time. This is so great for not only adults, but bring the entire family. There's lots of activities for the kids to do. It's running all week and into the weekend. It's warm. You can get a little feel of summer into your winter. Temperatures this weekend are going to be a little on the cool side. Wind chills into the minus double digits. digits. So the boat show, place to be. If you're embracing winter and you're up near the Oro-Medonte area, try the Moonlight Snowshoe and Fondue. It's exactly what it sounds like. At midnight, you go out, you snowshoe, and then you get some fondue when you return. Sounds like a good time to me. You get to go through the hardwood forest, and there's going to be lots of, not so much picture opportunities, but just scenic opportunities. Looks like a lot of fun to me. Stratford Winterfest is happening this weekend. Tons of stuff to do for you and the entire family. Kevin Yard is en route today. Where's Kevin Yard? Well, he has paired up with Ontario Travel, and every Friday he's going to a different winter-like location. And tomorrow morning he's going to kick things off at Searchmont Resort in Sault Ste. Marie. I bet you money. I bet you money. The first time we go to Kevin Yard tomorrow morning, he's going to be sitting in a hot tub at a resort. I guarantee it. Beautiful city of Sault Ste. Marie. There's lots to see and do, and Kevin is going to be taking it all in throughout the day tomorrow. Again, if you have an event, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a tweet at EmilyTWN. I'm going to turn things over to Tom right now. He's got an update on your commute. We'll get to the prairies in just a moment, but first to Australia. Take a look at this. It's a dust devil, and it's a big one. This one stirred up near Bendigo, and that we can call this next story, Glad It's Not Us. 90 kilometers per hour gusts along with snow pummeled southern Manitoba yesterday and through the night. We're now going to check in with Nadine Hins-Powell. She joins us live in Mississauga. And Nadine, I know temperatures aren't too bad this morning. How are you finding it underfoot? Is it a little bit slippery with that light snow? Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Thursday. It is the 16th of January. Before we get into your weather details, we would like to thank Jeff. You want to play Vanna?
Sure. Sunrise in Orangeville.
Is it a sunrise or a sunset?
Interesting.
I'm saying set.
All right, I'll go with set.
I'm going set.
Sure, all right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Upload.theweathernetwork.com is where you can upload your pictures or video to show them off to everybody else. We're going to join Nadine in Mississauga. And Nadine, you just showed us a heated bus shelter. I don't know about you, but I would just do the show from in the heated bus shelter. Good for you. I would as well. All right, we do have some snowfall on the way. We're looking at about 5 centimeters. That's going to be the higher amounts, northern ends of the GTA, but for the most part, just enough to make your Friday morning commute a little slick. Now, snow on the ground, if you're still loving the skiing and the boarding, you're going to want to head a little north. So we've got 30 plus centimeters, Barrie up through Cottage Country and even further through northern Ontario, where Kevin is going to be tomorrow morning. Sault Ste. Marie, make sure you watch to check out what Kevin is going to be up to. Winter comfort tips. Oh, your hat and your gloves, they're probably going to be essential throughout the day today. Here's Tom now with an update on traffic. Not bad. We've got a high of 1 for tomorrow, but we're going to be kind of sitting in that warm sector of the next clipper that's moving in tonight and into tomorrow morning. By Saturday, -4, feeling like -11, and Sunday, more snow on the way, a few centimeters. I do want to show you that next week our temperatures are going to drop dramatically. By Wednesday, we're looking at -9, feeling more like -14. And by Thursday, we're back into the deep freeze, feeling closer to -17 when you factor in the wind. Good morning. It's Thursday. It's the 16th of January. Thank you for joining us here on the Weather Network. Before we get into your temperatures and check in with Nadine, who's in Mississauga, let's take a look at this picture.
All right. Is it a sunrise or is it a sunset?
There's a song about that, you know.
Sunrise, sunset. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I've heard it.
I had to do it. I knew we knew the song.
Yeah, sunrise, sunset. We think maybe a sunset.
I think so too.
All right.
Jeff sent this in from Orangeville. Beautiful picture. If you'd like to share your pictures or videos, all you need to do is upload.theweathernetwork.com. Nadine is in Mississauga. She has been braving the elements. And I say that to you, Nadine, because I know you are not a fan of even the coolest temperatures. So if we're at -20 or -2, you're still not wanting to be outside. Thanks, Nadine. Well, we do have a little bit of snow on the way. We've got a clipper tracking through southern Ontario tonight. We're looking at about 2 to 5 centimeters, enough to make tomorrow morning's commute a little bit slick. Snow on the ground? Yeah, there's still plenty. Up towards Cottage Country, 30 plus centimeters. So if you're heading to ski this weekend, it's going to be a good one for it. Here's Tom now with traffic. Well, things are going to be relatively seasonal as we get into the weekend. Temperatures dropping on Saturday and Sunday. It's actually going to feel a lot colder, feeling like the minus double digits. But by next week, big story, we go back into the freezer by Thursday, feeling like -17. We'll get to the prairies in just a moment, but first to Australia. Take a look at this. It's a dust devil, and it's a big one. This one stirred up near Bendigo. That's about 150 kilometers inland from Melbourne. We'll show you that in just a moment. Extreme heat and dry conditions, the reason. Thursday brought the third day in a row of highs above 40 in the state of Victoria. That was enough to cancel play at the Australian Open. It's going to get worse before it gets better. A break in extreme heat isn't expected until the weekend. We can call this next story, glad it's not us. 90-kilometer-per-hour gusts along with snow pummeled southern Manitoba yesterday and through the night. Poor visibility. We're now going to check in with Nadine Hins-Powell. She's in for Kevin Yard today. He's en route to Sault Ste. Marie. That's where he'll be tomorrow morning. And Nadine, we were talking about things to do during the winter mission and taking down your Christmas lights. Would you believe that Tom Reynolds still has yet to take down his Christmas tree? Lots of really great events happening this weekend, and it's warm. You can get a little feel of summer into your winter. Temperatures this weekend are going to be a little on the cool side, wind chills into the minus double digits. So do, and then you get some fondue when you return. Sounds like a good time to me. You get to go through the hardwood forest, and there's going to be lots of not so much picture opportunities, but just scenic opportunities. Looks like a lot of fun to me. I bet you money. I bet you money. The first time we go to Kevin Yard tomorrow morning, he's going to be sitting in a hot tub at a resort. I guarantee it. Beautiful city of Sault Ste. Marie. There's lots to see and do, and Kevin is going to be taking it all in throughout the day tomorrow. Again, good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday. It's the 16th of January, and temperatures today, they're not bad.
They really aren't.
They're not.
You know, anywhere around the 0 mark to -5 is reasonable.
It's when you start to get into the -20, -30 range.
That's when it starts to hurt and get everybody upset.
Well, that's not going to happen again until next week.
Well, hallelujah.
Next week.
Well, that's
next
bad. I know,
week.
next week. I know.
We'll talk about it in your long-range forecast. First, let's check in with Nadine. She's in Mississauga. And Nadine, I have to say, for someone that does not like the cold very much, you have been braving it this morning. All right, thanks so much, Nadine. It's true. The deep freeze is returning, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. 5 to 10 centimeters around the Nickel Belt with the clipper that's moving in through tonight. We're looking at about 2 to 5 through northern areas of Toronto, closer to the 5 area through Newmarket and then through Uxbridge. Down along the lakeshore in Oakville, around Mississauga, 2 to 4 centimeters is what we're looking at. Now, it's still cold, so keep in mind some winter comfort tips. Gloves essential. Still have quite a bit of snowpack on the ground, 30+ centimeters around Cottage Country, and Kevin's going to be in Sault Ste. Marie tomorrow morning, participating in all sorts of winter activities. Here's Tom now with traffic. Well, relatively seasonal for the next few days. We're looking at 1 for tomorrow. We've got that snow coming in tonight, continuing throughout the day. -4 for Saturday, and then -3 for Sunday, but feeling closer to -12 when you factor in the wind. And I was talking about that big deep freeze next week, feeling like -17 by the end of the week. Hi there, good morning. It's Thursday. It is January the 16th. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. Before we take a look at your temperatures and all the weather moving in through southern Ontario, I'd like to showcase this gorgeous picture from Jeff. Sent it in at the sunrise or sunset, not sure which, but regardless, it's beautiful. From Orangeville, Ontario. And if you would like to showcase your pictures or video, all you need to do is upload them to upload.theweathernetwork.com, and we can show them off right here on the morning show for you. Well, yesterday wasn't a bad day throughout the GTA. Snow on the ground? Yes. You can still participate in winter activities, even though we did kind of see that January thaw kind of winter mission of the last week or so. 30+ centimeters still on the ground north of Cottage Country, especially even north of that through Sault Ste. Marie, Timmins, and North Bay. Kevin is going to be joining us in Sault Ste. Marie tomorrow morning, something you do not want to miss. Winter comfort tips today. More snow coming in tonight. Another clipper from across the prairie provinces. This one is going to bring us some cloud cover later on this afternoon, and then through the evening hours, that's where we're going to see the heavier amounts of snow. When I say heavier amounts of snow, I mean about 2 to 4 centimeters. That's what we're expected to see throughout much of the GTA areas. North of that, higher end could see closer to 5 centimeters, and then up towards the Nickel Belt, that's where they're going to see that 5 to 10 centimeters. So this afternoon, we're looking at a daytime high of 0 because we're going to be kind of sitting into that warm sector. Temperatures are going to cool down over the weekend. We're looking at -4 and -3 respectively, but feeling like -11 and -12 when you factor in the wind. Another clipper moves in through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're going to see prolonged periods of light snow. And then by Wednesday, Thursday, we really feel that cool down. By Thursday, our wind chill is going to make it feel like the minus teens. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Thursday. It is the 16th of January. Temperatures have been such a roller coaster as of late. It looks as though we are going to sit nicely at seasonal for at least the next few days until we get into the weekend. And I'll talk about that in your long-range forecast. We check in now with Nadine Hins-Powell. She's in for Kevin Yard today. And Nadine, it's been a while since you've had to do the show outside. How are your toes and fingers this morning? All right, thanks so much, Nadine. And we do have a winter-like system moving across southern Ontario tonight and into tomorrow. It's one of the clippers from across the prairie provinces. Now, keep in mind, these systems across the prairies brought winds up to 120 to 130 kilometers an hour. Not the case for us. Lost a lot of speed crossing over the lakes. It is going to be giving us 5 centimeters of snow at best. That's going to be on the high end. Higher elevations through northern Toronto could see heavier amounts. Newmarket, Uxbridge, we're talking 5 centimeters. Around the city and along the lakeshore, 2 to 4 potentially. Long range forecast, temperatures are cooling down as Nadine was mentioning. It was really going to feel like winter again. 1 for tomorrow and then -4 for Saturday, feeling closer to -11. We stay cold for Sunday. Next clipper comes in. We're looking at wind chill values of about -12. By the middle of next week, after we do see quite a bit of light snow, temperatures dropping, it is going to feel like the minus teens. By Thursday, feeling like -17 with the wind. Here's what's trending on Twitter today. We'll take a look at #ABStorm. Now, Echo Brian Pass said, don't adjust your sets yet. Another truck was blown over in Pincher Creek on Wednesday morning. #ABStorm. Kanto said, played Frisbee with my dog in the windstorm. He thinks I am superhuman. #ABStorm. Sean Summerfield said, it was the kind of windy last night. Let me know if you find my barbecue cover. #ABStorm. And Jasmine Mills said, kind of windy today. At least it was a warm wind. #ABStorm.
The Weather Network's team of
Skincare tips are brought to you by Indeed Labs. Targeted solutions for your skin.